they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, and people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come man up.
Hello there.
Good
morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Merry Christmas to all of us. And you are welcome to the Temple of Truth on the eve of Christmas. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Share the broadcast. Pay your offering, which is like the broadcast before you settle down tonight. Tonight is going to be pretty much like unmasking the newly packaged propaganda of APC, like the abracadabra. When they show you one hand, Baba, millions are going on the other hand, oh. And that is exactly the game they are about to play you. And I will be here to remind you. APC destroyed Nigeria. Sote. Tomorrow, for those who have money, tomorrow is Christmas. But for others, tomorrow is Monday. Ask your neighbor.
YouTube.
Now they have been, they are discovering billions and trillions stolen by Emefiele, and they have started mentioning some other names too. Why they are doing that? Their own bazaar is going on like tomorrow no day. Thank you. Share this broadcast. Today, yeah, sorry if that I was not here last night. You know, see, I'm just still recovering and all of that, okay? So I'm kind of taking it slow. Maybe one day on, one day off. But we'll see. So good evening to you, good morning to you, and good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live, and I hope you have actually read the caption as well, right? Read the description of the broadcast. Shared it. Have you? Thank you. Martinelli is here with us tonight, like the director Scott and everyone else. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you have probably preoccupied yourself with in the last 24 hours in Nigeria, or even outside Nigeria. But somehow, some of you probably saw the flash of the news that Diezani was returning back to Nigeria. Well, I mean, Diezani begged Tinubu to let her come back to Nigeria because she is dying of cancer. And she didn't want to die of cancer, so she is ready to confess. She is also ready to tell Nigerians where those people she gave the money to, money she stole from Nigeria. Did any of you kind of know? 100 happened though, yesterday and this morning, since Tifnumbu's investigator that is not investigating Buhari, since he started dropping snippets from whatever investigation of Emefiele they are currently doing. As they are pulling the, as they are pulling the weed is pulling the bush. However, it's all, somebody said something 2 days ago here that it is probably a scheme put together that will make it that even Emefiele is also part of that. Things that is not kind of real. But before I get fully into all of that, let me tell you something. If the investigation of Emefiele is done for the sake of justice, it would have been to your own interest. The Nigerians whose money, wealth, and the economy they plundered. So, if this is about justice, some people are saying no, it's not about justice. It is about revenge. Others said that if Emefiele is not in on it to make it look like you know what I mean, something that you're going to take the fall, blah 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 stuff. Emefiele once ran away from Nigeria, if you remember, for over 6 months until Buhari reassured him and he came back to Nigeria. So he went to Nigeria to be arrested and to face all of this. So some people believe that no, it was all arranged. So that said it's revenge. But one thing I want you to know watching me right now is this. If to say the investigation of Central Bank of Nigeria, which Buhari and his family turned into their piggy bank, if it's about justice, it would have been better, but it is not. I know a lot of you may not remember because of your Stockholm Syndrome disease, okay? So you may not remember much about all the dramas that surrounded that of Dasuki. If I ask you today, where is Dasuki? And for all you heard that Dasuki stole 2 billion, shared the 2 billion to PDP through Jonathan Womaniabi. Today, when you now look back and see what Buhari and his gang, what they've done to Nigeria, you begin to look like, okay, where is Dasuki today? Because Dasuki's own looting or whatever involvement will become second, like so tiny to what the likes of Buhari and the rest eventually did. People who use Nigerian foreign reserve as collateral. You have 33 billion in your foreign reserve. You went to America to go and borrow $24 billion against your own foreign reserve. Who does that? They illegally printed over 27 trillion naira. The money that all of them shared, including Tifnumbu. Yes, now they gave him 2 billion vans. That's part of the money that Emefiele was printing now. 27 trillion naira illegally printed. Buhari approved. Tifnumbu collected part of the money in 2019. So, Emefiele printed the illegal money, shared it among all of them. But the investigation of Emefiele is yet to actually arrest past governors, present governors, past senators, present senators. Because you know what? Just this May. Now May, was it May? June. No, it was May. May 27. National Assembly in Nigeria. They convened and they said all of the monetary actions of Buhari, including the printed money, were done legally. I bet it back, Benny. Have you forgotten it? This one is just 7 months ago. What they are holding Emefiele for right now, that's why I say it's not about justice. Sure, you understand? It is to further deceive you, the gullible idiots that believes that APC can fight corruption. Then you are following them in their propaganda. Emefiele has 549 million pounds sterling fixed in a UK account. What is the name of the bank? What is the bank account number? No. It's just had the money there. Fixed. Abi, there's suddenly the same. Now, when people started asking questions like, you cannot hold Emefiele and not bring in Isafuntu Anio, dead or alive. Which other one is that? Mamanda Uranio, dead or alive. Bokuwari Nio, dead or alive. Aisha Bokuwari Nio, dead or alive. Yeah, our own brother who manned the Nigerian printing and minting company or Pressy. This boy, this man, arrested the phone. Sure, you are just playing on the minds of the gullible morons called the Nigerians. It is not about justice. You will be too dumb to think Tinubu is investigating the Central Bank of Nigeria of corruption, and it's because they want something called justice. You'll be too dumb. I don't care how old you are. Here you get. But we who knows their propaganda very well, the distraction that comes with all of their lies, when you begin to ask them for facts, add evidence, they go turn them to fight. They begin to attack and abuse you. Shut up your mouth. They cannot release all the details. Yeah. But you can release the propaganda parts. The ones that doesn't need any kind of evidence, just say it. We have just found 500 million pounds sterling inside the graveyard. Oh, we've just discovered Ghana must go of 2 trillion naira cash in a GP tank. So the typical Nigerians can begin to feel like, oh, our politicians are so mad. Our politicians are so criminal. But when you now ask them, where is that? You remember that 800 billion that they said they found in a septic tank? Where is that money? Don't stop asking that kind of questions, okay? Governments cannot disclose everything. Weary. 800 billion, why just small money? Where is it? Diezani stole 90 billion. Dumbo Nigerians, because APC told them that. Now, Diezani is in the UK. For 8 straight years, Buhari government in Malamu, not even like by error, told the UK government that they wanted Diezani back in Nigeria for all her crime. But in Nigeria, Diezani's photo is all over their newspapers. As they are finding the golden bra that is worth 1 million pounds, they are finding the golden bomb that Diezani invested money. If you see jewelries, Diezani just bought a bathtub, and all their media houses in Nigeria filled with all of that. But here in the UK, Diezani claimed that she had cancer. I remember that time. And you see, people can have cancer and get ill. Listen to me. There are I have people who have suffered cancer in this country who are very close to me. But cancer varies. Here you get. But when Diezani and Dele Momodu put up their Nollywood scene action, they can't go paint Diezani like person will go die in 3 months. This was in 2015, 16, 8 years ago. But Diezani knows Nigerians. Here you get 90 billion. They said Diezani stole 90 billion. And we were beginning to look if Nigeria could manage to get that $90 billion back. Hey! Buhari, please chase this woman, collect the 90 billion. At least your investigation showed that there is 90 billion. You must know all the accounts. Write all the countries and tell them that this money was stolen because there was no 90 billion. I'm not saying Diezani didn't steal you. Nigeria no get 90 billion cash that one person can take from Nigeria. No, that is why you see them as they are like cancer. Your Nigerian politicians, the traditional rulers, your elites, the rest of all those gangs who are in charge of your wealth, they are like cancer. Okay? They continue to eat and eat and eat and eat the host until the host will die. The host is Nigeria. Nigeria will die in the hands of these criminals. It's just a matter of time. Sure you get? 90 billion Nigeria no get to. But what exactly did you find that Jonathan stole? How much? Where? So that at least pursue them. Get the money back. We didn't know, well, I knew the intention is not to get any money back for anybody. Malamu became the Attorney General of Nigeria. Diezani was enjoying herself here, but every money traced to Diezani's associates, friends, Nigeria and outside Nigeria. You know their story, Abi? Malamu was interested in actually cornering the loot for himself. And he did. He did. Most of the supposed loot they told you they were looking for then, if I ask you today, where are those loots? Some of them, APC, they said they have used the money, they have put the money into buildings, into school, into construction, into rail, into road, into this and that, because that was what Buhari told them. They said once they will chase all the thieves, they will collect all the stolen money, and they will put it back in the Nigerian purse so that they can now use the money to construct road, blah, 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 blah. APC, Egbekegbe looted the entire penny that went back to that country. They stole every penny. There is no account for one single penny collected from looters. Because you know why? Ask all this APC Abobaku. Ask them, Omaso Diezani, they go turn them to fight. Ask them, say, how much did Buhari recovered from looters in 80 years? If they manage to give you a figure, because they can't, ask them, where is the money? They will turn it to fight. What do you mean, where is the money? They have used the money now. They have added the money to, listen to me, you cannot just say that. Nigeria writes budgets. In their budget, they talk about where they are going to see revenue. They talk about where they're going to borrow money and how much they are going to borrow. Where in any of it, if Buhari's budget stated that $5 billion returned loot has now been used for this purpose anywhere in 8 years, because it doesn't exist. None. So why they were deceiving the gullible morons, typical Nigerians, that they were fighting corruption, they were looting Nigeria like, say, Nigeria was coming to an end in 2023. They were looting, like never seen before. But you do, all of you are seeing the result today now. Are you not seeing the result now? That is the one Tifnumbu is investigating. Abi? But he's not going to, he doesn't want to say he's investigating Buhari, because he's not investigating Buhari. All these people did all of that thing because Buhari only approved them. He didn't know much about them. He has no clue. Either they deceived him, or they manipulated him, or they forged his signature, or this or more. So we were now asking questions about, okay, if you want to investigate Emefiele Central Bank, that means you are investigating the core art of a Buhari's corrupt government. Now, would you agree, all of you Olori Brukus who have been camping on Mayegun's diary political, the rest of you will remain 8 solid years. You were spending your hard-earned money to come and defend Buhari on Mayegun's diary political. Now that 8 years has passed, Nigeria has become bankrupted. But Buhari's government has proven to be the worst and the most corrupt ever. What do you have to say to me? Well, I know say Olori Buruku you ni son kokon. I know, no expect, yeah. You don't have to say anything because you as Shiris have started camping behind Kolu. Now you want to use Emefiele to catch, to do your Dasuki 2.0 so that now Diezani again. Have you all forgotten that it's like every year, every time you talk about the corruption of APC, you remember that time now? They will just say, Diezani, they will just bring all these things about Diezani. Abi? We now started asking them that, so you are saying that Buhari was a dump after all. You are saying that Buhari was just a crook after all. Suddenly, they don't start another propaganda. Me, more biti Diezani she to one way again. This Olori Buruku so. So they said Diezani. Now EFCC start amo. They hear this so. They said Diezani is begging EFCC. Also begging Tifnumbu. That President Tifnumbu, I have cancer. And before I die, I want to confess. Everything they said, I did everything. And I am very sorry. Okay? I want to come back to my country to come and help President Tifnumbu. And, I gave $9 billion. Part of the money I stole from Nigeria, I gave $9 billion to the current guy who is the governor of Zamfara. They says Diezani said they should help beg Tifnumbu and also to beg EFCC to let her come back to Nigeria. And she is now ready to cooperate with Nigeria and tell them where all the money is. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Emefiele yìí náà lóyún ti Diezani ti sáré wọnú ẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn àṣìírí ẹ̀dá yìí. Kíákíákíá $9 billion. Diezani gave the current governor of Zamfara $9 billion from the money she stole from Nigeria. Meanwhile, when this Buhari were going after the associates of Diezani, you remember that Aluko guy? What's that guy's name again? Aluko and the other one. I've forgotten their two names. These two guys were the prominent, mover for the Ministry of Petroleum under Diezani at the time. So when they were going after, they went after, you see the current governor of Zamfara. They said one of the associates of Diezani deposited 9 billion naira in one bank account in First Bank. So because of that, the EFCC, Nigeria EFCC under Maguluta Kruku said they confiscated, they kind of froze the account. So it became a legal thing between First Bank and the EFCC. So at the end of the day, the money, the money did not belong to Diezani. So therefore, the court now ruled that EFCC should lift whatever it is on the account and all that on the money. And that was the end of it. Omo, 9 billion naira, about the $9 billion last night. You know, yeah? EFCC on Instagram. Diezani said, I gave 9 billion. And my boy, they listen. He said, Diezani said, I gave $9 billion to that guy. And that guy betrayed me. She is one of those who use the UK government to keep me under arrest here in the UK. I want to beg President Tifnumbu to please let me return to Nigeria before I die. I can show you where all the money is. EFCC. APC, as usual now, well, good job. President Tinubu is just not making any noise. They are trying to sanitize the clinical. But by this morning, I don't know, when people started reacting, including that governor, that guy in Zamfara now. In fact, before I get to that, so immediately they dropped the Lamba yesterday. APC. And I think, okay, the guy in Zamfara is a PDP governor. Aha. What is the guy's name again? Something Bago? Is it Bago? No, not Bago. This Zamfara guy is the one that defeated Matawale, the APC governor that stole 50 cars, 50 vehicles when he was leaving the office. Right. Dauda. So the guy is PDP. Hey, it's making sense now because suddenly I just saw the Lagos Abobakus. They started again. They started immediately. The EFCC dropped that yesterday. They started turning to look at Emefiele. Emefiele is Igbo. Diezani is Igbo. These are the thieves who always stole money in Nigeria, who always kiniko. Then other people came, they said, no wonder that Dauda said he's the richest governor in Nigeria. So it is Diezani's money, it's Nigeria's money. Now see, now Google punish all these PDP people. PDP, these are the people who are trying to like build they want to build what you call their propaganda of failure on the imaginary corruption fighting which Buhari rode on for few months. It didn't last long ago. Now only deluded idiot believes that Buhari was kind of fighting corruption and they said corruption was fighting back. They came back, they said the corruption is fighting back. How? You have a order of thieves. Who were actually like just packing whatever they could pack, printing the money they could print, destroy the country. And you turn around, you say corruption is fighting back. So they started building that on it, and I knew. Because we were asking them, Abba, don't say you are probing Buhari's government, you're thieves. Stop saying you are investigating Emefiele and 12 others. They said Emefiele use proxies to buy 3 banks. Should they make a sense? I'm not saying Emefiele should not die by firing squad. Sure, you get me now? Firing squad is like doing them a favor. You get? Park all these rogues, put them in a single room. Lock the door. Let the last person turn off the light. You get what I mean? Because of the kind of trauma they have subjected millions of people into because of the agreed. Sure, you get? But they are cooking their lies and propaganda, and the gullible morons are already sharing them. They are already buying them, hitting them hook, line, and sinker. And I am here like, they spent 4 years telling you about PDP corruption. By the time they are done with you, you are the bottom barrel. Bottom barrel. The bottom. Some of you have even sunk into the ground with what they have done to you in 8 years. Today, as they are telling you about investigating Emefiele and all of that stuff, they are looting you like say, tomorrow no day. Am I ready now? Is it not my ego? And is this not the diary? So Emefiele, they said Emefiele bought 3 banks. Hey, this guy mad. This Emefiele mad or madder than Dasuki. Hey, central bank governor, because he has stolen so much money under Buhari, he now used the money to send some people to go and buy banks. And there are already people saying things that believes them. APC. You see, that's why I said that this whole thing is not about justice. All right? It is a cover-up, a distraction from other horrible, horrible things they are already doing to you. You who is following all the lies, you are not following anything. No. You are being distracted and taking your mind into, I may feel safe. How can you imagine? I may feel safe. You are not even saying Buhari. You are not mentioning Aisha. You are not mentioning, what do you call it, Malamu. You are not mentioning others, Abi. It is deliberate. So making no come be like, say, if like say, you know, the two ask too much question, Abi. They can't drop another number. In Ottawa pain saying, it is them versus them. You hear the number. Remember yesterday when I said, they said the investigator said, Emefiele released $6.3 million to election observers. Who are the election observers that collected $6.3 million? Is it the ECOWAS? Is it the ECOMOGI? Is it the NOCOWAS? Abi which one? Collect Abi na EU. Che na EU. Abi UK, Abi US. We don't know. Now so they can't drop the follow-up to they say there is there is a CCTV. Investigator to Lagbara. They call a special investigator. You have no idea. In case that's why I told you that I'm just going to gist you about all their propaganda tonight. And if you have seen some of them, well, you are welcome to the party then. Special investigator Obaze. Say, we have evidence, CCTV evidence, where Emefiele and Boss Mustafa. Another person. Tell us about him. Who's that? Boss Mustafa, that's the secretary to the government of the Federation, okay? They nearly retained this guy in Tifnumbu's government. Oh, yeah. What did he do? I say, almost CCTV day. This guy and Emefiele. This is Boss Mustafa. Under Buhari is the SGF, secretary to the government of the Federation. Why this guy? Where they raise in hand like person, you know, they say, where is that? Let all the criminals in the room raise up their hands. You see that one in the middle? That one is the central bank governor. This one is the SGF. They can't say they saw the two of them. APC Onikure. They said they saw two of them. They were loading $6.3 million cash from the vault of the Central Bank of Nigeria. CCTV. Okay. Cash. So yeah, cash. But we are not going to release it to the public. Do you get that? Okay. That's kind of, that's some like a CSI unit investigation. Oh yeah. Special investigator, tell us more. They said that from what they found out, even though you see this Aisha and her brother, Aisha made her brother, the director of the Nigeria Printing and Minting Press, this guy pressing phone, sure you get. So from the record, they said, now this guy printed the new Nigeria notes. This is the guy that was supposed to have been the one to print, who have printed the new notes. Aisha brother, okay? Now the guy said, the investigator, that with what they found inside the central bank, they will need to clear all of these new notes. You cannot spend that money anymore. They haven't announced it. I just make I tell you, in case if you have not heard, they are already now the special investigator. Boss Mustafa was loading dollars to go and give to election observers in 2023 election. He had deep. So Boss Mustafa was like, can you me care? No, I did not do anything like that too. I said, you don't worry, propaganda, you go consume yourselves. Ye shall consume yourselves, and it is called press self-destruct button. It's a game of power now. It's just that the real victims probably will continue to feel like this is it's not a game. We are talking about those who ruined $1 trillion economy, a supposed even $100 trillion economy country. They reduce it into a beggarly one, Bambi Allah, all over the world, a disgrace because of their greed and the rest. But hey, Emefiele, who happened to be the destructive, part of that, they now said Emefiele paid £230,000 to go and print the new Naira note. And as it is, Emefiele did not even print enough because they stole the money that is meant to use to be APC to APC. Tógun bá ń jẹ́ ti Ọlọ́run, tí àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tí wọ́n tán wà o, níbikíbi tí wọ́n wà báyìí tó ń gbọ́ wa yìí o, ẹ máa parun last ní APC. At every one of you that associate with them, ẹ máa parun ni. Because you have no idea what these people represent. They represent ruin, destruction, poverty. And you see anywhere where they say people who actually intentionally work in promoting and entrenching poverty, enemy of humanity, whatever you have, you should declare war on them. If you understand it, Neil. So yeah, they are going to pack your new note out of the circulation soon. You know those all your colored notes, or your palaro notes, Naira, that's worthless, it's worthless anyway. They are planning to pack everything away. So it is then that the boss Mustafa was like, me, pack money. How? I know they work for Central Bank. Yeah, we saw you. There's a CCTV. There's a camera. And immediately Emefiele opened the vault and they started loading the dollars. You were there. We saw you. You were loading the dollars too. Okay, where is the video? No, it's confidential. But guess what? News don't enter town. Tinubu is investigating corruption. But while you are waiting for investigation of Emefiele, like I told you, 87.5 billion naira is gone. Anyway, 87.5 billion naira is what they said they have now shared to all of you, the poor Nigerians. You want to back 25,000 naira, want to paroko back 25,000 naira, they said they have given many of you 25,000, 87.5 billion naira gone. Shebi, we are still chasing, they are investigating corruption, Abi. Even Remi Werekwe, what's that woman's this thing again? I remember one Mendoza, Teresa Mendoza. You know Teresa Mendoza of Abuja? That should be the title of Remi Werekwe. Teresa Mendoza. All of you who have watched that South American, what do you call it? You will know Teresa Mendoza. She is the leader of all the drug cartel from all the Mexico, all those areas everywhere. So if I think with Teresa, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to call him Remi Werekwe anymore. Teresa Mendoza Abuja, Iyawo Kolu also shared 950 million naira. Hey! 950 million naira to elderly people. Come on, coffee share Christmas. Queen of the South, God bless you. Princess, if I'm at the ring, see, I bet it's like everybody you come and joke, you know. Thank you, Jarisha. Queen of the South to Teresa. 950 million. Meanwhile, in May, the same Teresa Mendoza, Abuja, said that it was a shitty man's wife that she had to borrow 2 million naira from because they were so broke. Now, 4 or 5 months after that, after supplementary budget, Teresa di low daku 950 lo share lana. 950 million naira lo share. They sit in a room. They will sit inside a room. They will share your money. Then they will come out and said, we have given all the money to Nigerians, the poorest Nigerians. Oh yeah, bring evidence of those who collected the money. Oh my so Diezani. They go start fighting you. Go to the ministry and ask now. Why don't you just go? Why don't you go to Abuja and go and get that? Say, now you come here, can't tell me say they don't share 87.5 billion. God knows, say you have no collecto. Shishi won't fun. But you are on this platform right now. You probably will be fighting for it. And now I know a woman in my village. I know Lori Bruku, you know you know one woman or one man. No. But it is not you. Suffering and smiling, suffer heady. Eh? Somebody said to me today, and this was probably like I think it was in this afternoon when I was coming back from the salon. And I was just doing my own thing in my car, like, you know, listening to music and all of that stuff. And one of the commenter was like, there is this Christmas, so do give away. And I was like, listen, there's something I've discovered about this online. You see me, I'm getting old, though. Sure you get, I'm getting old, and very soon I'm going to probably add me to those who destroy Nigeria. Now all this these old people, all of you who are like all these elderly people, I say, Emi elderly. My gba ni mo ti wa sáré di elderly. I say, ayegun not in dagba. Omorun ko be. You see this social media? I have been on the street for a while. Seriously, I have been. And one thing I have discovered is that social media can make you feel guilty for what you didn't do. You want me to explain? I will explain. The social media can make you feel like for somebody who is going to bed tonight without food, it is your fault. Social media can make you feel like that. And it can hit you so much that you will become a philanthropist on social media. Not be say you are a billionaire or anything, no. Sure you get. Some people don't even get anything. But social media will just give them that kind of boost and say, I feel guilty for them. I think I just feel bad. I just felt like we should. I just sort of, Then some people will begin to feel like, I just want to help people. I hate people suffering. My people are suffering so much. Please, if 5,000 naira is not too small for you, can you please send your account so that I can give 20 people for 5,000 naira? Then you will see like 1,000, 5,000 comments. And then when you finish sharing to 20 people, 5,000 naira, 100,000, your 100,000 naira is gone. You begin to have the urge of next time, when I want to do next time, I'll try and do 30 people. When you do 30 people, then you begin to feel like, man, people are suffering, Jesus Christ. When I do again, I'll do 100. Which is the philanthropist or social media, feeling guilty for the failure of, feeling guilty for people's decisions. Decisions need consequences, yummy. Get. When you make decisions, right? Decisions have consequences. And that is why when you make this, if you are old enough to make decisions, that means you are old enough to take responsibilities for them. So what I now discovered is that when you now get used to that, then you begin to feel like it is now your responsibility to care for people you don't know, you haven't met, you may never meet, but you are connected and you're just always. Then I now discovered that sometimes we are doing all of that to make ourselves feel better. When you sit down